And good Monday morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray as we start a new week. It's the 10th of October. Can you believe that? 21 days from now, we'll have trick-or-treating. Well, a lot of festivities between now and then, though. We'll tell you about parades and different candy crawls and things that are going to be going on in the communities as we near that date. Cool this morning if you haven't cracked your front door. 47 right now in the Meridian area. This goes up a little bit cooler as you go north. NAS Meridian clocking in at 46 as you go on toward Philadelphia and whatnot, those areas there. A little bit cooler than Meridian. Boy, how are you? I hope all is well as we start this day. Now, do not forget, as we shared this just a few moments ago, because it will slip by you if you're not paying attention, but today is, believe it or not, Columbus Day, as we remember that. Keep that in mind. So what does that mean? Not every place is closed, but probably a few federal buildings and this, that, and the other. Your bank could be. We'll check on that. Just call ahead before you have business to do to make sure that wherever you're going is wide open today. Certainly hope it will be. How do you feel? Oh, good. Let's see. I see Donna's up. Miss Donna White. Linda Herrig is up. Dawn Harlan. Good morning there. Charlotte Gray watching from Philadelphia. A few folks up and at 'em having to have that cup of coffee to get going. I've had several to get myself motivated today. Pretty much a slower weekend than we normally see. We'll get into all the who, the whats, and the whys here in just a few moments as we start this. Let's see. We did have a few things going on that we wanted to mention. Let's see. Starting off this week, we have a fall festival coming up that's going to be at the Meridian Public Lauderdale County Library. That's on 7th Street, right there across from Webb Funeral Home. That's going to be starting Tuesday, 10 a.m. until 4. Hope you can make it by to check that out. That's one of the festivities going on this week. And then on Thursday, we're going to have a class for you out at MCC, the Great Pumpkin Party. Kids 6 to 12. Let's see, there is a $30 entry fee. Registration required. They'll teach you what to do with pumpkins, apparently, there. Learn more about that. And also, let's see here, on the 15th, which is this coming up Saturday, we're going to have the festival on 5th. A lot of food and things going on there. Downtown Meridian, so I hope you can make it out for that to see what it's all about. A lot of things happen in downtown Meridian. For long, it'll be a little bit too chilly to do those types of things. We do have the parade coming up on the 22nd. Of the Halloween parade. That's one of the things to look forward to. Right as we begin our day together, let's get a good word. And let's talk about mercy. Anybody ever have any of that? Let's head out to the Collinsville First Baptist.
I absolutely love receiving mercy, don't you? Mercy is not receiving the bad thing you deserve. Like, instead of getting fired for missing that project deadline, your boss gives you an extension. That's mercy. Or like the police officer giving you a warning instead of that ticket for speeding. That's mercy. And I love receiving it. Everybody does. But do you love giving mercy to others? Jesus says in Matthew 5:7, "Blessed are the merciful because they will receive mercy." God clearly tells us here and throughout the Bible that he will show mercy only to those who show mercy to others. Yet we so often struggle to do that. Beloved, what you sow, you will reap. Show no mercy and you will be shown no mercy. But give mercy and you will be given mercy. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. Great message there. I see John Mitchell's watching from Mitchell Tire, one of our sponsors of the show. We do appreciate that. John's a great guy. Known him for, how long, John? 30 plus? Has to be. It would have to be that long. As we begin our day, we found out the Meridian Fire Department was busy last night. There was a fire in the Meridian area. As they went right to it, they began to work last night. This was on 5th Avenue is where this happened. If you zoom in on this picture and get a little bit closer to this would be B Street right here. This is going to be the 39 bypass there. Structure fire there, home. Meridian Fire Department was out with that, working hard to get that under control. Just a few moments ago, we just got word of this. As always, I thought it was a little chilly for this, but I guess if you're him, well, so be it. Naked man out for a run this morning. Yeah, that's been going on for quite some time. But he was spotted somewhere between 29th Avenue, headed west. Maybe you bumped into him. 47, keep in mind. You almost think it would be hot weather he'd rely on that. But nope, he's been at it today. We did learn yesterday morning, I don't know if you saw this, this was big news everywhere. We had several people from the Meridian area in Gatlinburg over the weekend, and a huge fire broke out in Gatlinburg. Have you seen any of this? This is just a small clip, as you'll see there. The locals were telling me that it was possibly that a homeless person may have started that fire. I've got numerous pictures of that on our page if you'd like to look at that. It did destroy several blocks of buildings there. I think it was 3 businesses involved with that. No one was hurt to our knowledge. That's the good news. But boy, that went on all day there in Gatlinburg. If you were visiting, you saw the smoke. I got several pictures from cabins looking down at it. Whew. Heavy, heavy, heavy. We did have a report yesterday that a car fire happened on Highway 45 North. It would be really close to the Kemper-Lauderdale County line. Now, no one was hurt, but Lauderdale Volunteer Fire Department headed out. The fire was contained and put out. Someone still lost a car out of that little deal there. It happened there yesterday. Also, Clark County. As we go south this morning, they had a rollover accident there. As we go to Clark County Hot Topics, they were on this to let us know all about that. If I'm not mistaken, that's going to be a, what are those, Chrysler Sebrings or something like that? Yeah, I don't believe anyone was harmed in the wreck, but sure caused a mess there for a little bit. Over the weekend, we did also have, I believe this was Saturday, if I remember correctly, we had a little incident there just up from Lockheed. It'll be that next right-hand turn there. Car wreck there at Russell Road, Marion Russell Road there on the right there where Homestead comes into it. No one injured, but boy, did slow down traffic there for a little bit. As we glance around it, and this went on, I mentioned this Saturday morning, but this went on Friday morning at the City Hall of Marion. And I do hope you had a chance to see that. We see here Sergeant Spivey was promoted to the rank of captain. They've done this several years for him as he had his birthday. Real proud of him. The Marion Police Department goes above and beyond to help that. Have you seen any of the pictures? And we'll be having some more. There's always something neat that comes into Meridian that, well, most of us just don't know happened. As we all know, the Alabama game that happened in Tuscaloosa, well, the planes that did the flyover, well, they landed here first, got them some fuel, and off they went toward Tuscaloosa. As we look to, here we go, this was out at Key Field this weekend as they were taking off to head toward Tuscaloosa to do the flyover for the game. Neat little thing there as they get ready for takeoff there from Key Field. Gives you a bird's eye view of what that looks like there on the runway. One of the neatest things I've ever seen there. And again, they went on from there to fly over to Tuscaloosa. Well, it's all over now. The crying is done and everybody's back at home. There's a few folks probably trying to pack up their stuff and head back home. A lot of people do this. They stay all week. Some go for a day, some for a couple, but there are those tough ones that make it all week as they head toward the Mississippi Gulf Coast for cruising the coast. A few pictures there as we look at this as it's all wrapped up at this point. It's just car after car after car after you go down there. You name it, it's there for you to view. Huge event for the state of Mississippi. One of the biggest they've ever had this year. Again, it outdid what it did last year. We did get a note that the city of Meridian will be holding Halloween on the 31st, 6 p.m. until dark 30 is the way they're going to do that, is the hours that we got. So watch out for those little goblins and ghouls. They'll be walking there. As we start looking at headlines across the state, well, yet again, as I saw Donald Trump this weekend joke about his son, Don Jr. I think he said he had a stack this high of being the most subpoenaed man in America. We may have a run for that in the state of Mississippi. Who is the most subpoenaed? Let's see, former Governor Phil Bryant has yet got another subpoena, this time for text related to Brett Favre's farmer project. It's getting very, very deep as it goes up the food chain there. Subpoenas. Now, they're subpoenaed. Doesn't mean anything's going to happen. No one's been proven guilty of anything yet. But it sure has a lot of people investigating and sniffing, doesn't it? What's that old saying? Where there's smoke, there's fire? We'll see. Nick Dowell, how are you today? Good to see you. Cornbread, if y'all have never met Nick before, his nickname, Cornbread. One of the best fellows I've ever met there. Clarence Westbrook, how are you doing? I believe you're in Texas this morning. Flora Overstreet is up. Dawn Harlan, how are you doing? Good to see you. Sharon Osborne, y'all know who I'm talking about. She was on a talk show there for a little while, and it seems that I don't even remember what it was that she said, but it was she ended up coming off the show, whether she quit or got fired, I don't remember. But she's asking for her money back. The odds of her ever getting it are slim to none as she aligns with, is it Kanye or Ye, however you want to do it. And, well, she'd like to have her money back, that nearly $1 million that she donated to Black Lives Matter, as they've been out buying houses and other things that did not relate to that. The odds of getting that back are slim to none. I'm going to go with none on that. Even CNN this morning reporting about Phil Bryant. Got his picture in whole 9 yards there. They're going to make him famous. Well, it's not that big. Not that many people watch CNN, so let's don't jump overboard yet. We do have someone in Mississippi charged with murder. Lincoln County is where we go. Stepson. Man shot his stepson. I think he's going to be okay. He's in the hospital, pretty rough shape, but looks like he'll pull through. At least we hope he does. We mentioned Saturday morning that down on the Gulf Coast, big deal, 26,000 square feet, as Rolls-Royce has opened a plant in the state of Mississippi. That's big news for us. And, of course, this deals with military, but it's jobs to the state of Mississippi. That's good news. As we look for this, we did mention it in Mississippi State, Starkville area. A cemetery was vandalized, how bad that is. And I want to talk more about this morning. Macon, Mississippi, where this happened. And not much attention was given to this, but a mother gave birth to a baby at home. Now, she's also a minor. She was 15, didn't tell anyone. She immediately took the kid and left it in the woods. It would be found 30 minutes later. But wouldn't that be murder almost, attempted murder? She's not being charged at all because they feel that she's a minor and nothing happened to the child. I'm really not sure that I agree with that. She left the child. We'll talk more about that this morning at 8. Get your opinions on that. But no charges have been filed. We did mention over the weekend, Jackson, Mississippi, as we look around things going on there. It's constant shooting, constant. It doesn't matter whether it's a gun or a knife or whatever. But they did have a deadly shooting in Jackson over the weekend at a gas station. 1 died and 2 more were injured as we look at that. We mentioned about barges earlier, toward the end of last week on the Mississippi River, because we hadn't had rain in Mississippi in so long that barges were getting hung. Well, it wasn't, what, a month or so ago that we announced that a new cruise line was docking in Natchez, Mississippi to give river tours. They've canceled. They can't get up and down the river they'll get hung. So they're postponing. That can't be a good thing to make money, can it? Now, we don't know at this point, but Fox News this morning shared the tweet that was sent out. San Francisco, Golden Gate Bridge, big city there. One of the council members went to Twitter to say that he doesn't want the Blue Angels flying in the city. They were scheduled to have a show, and due to weather, it got postponed for a day. And, well, he went and made a tweet that said that it reads, "The Blue Angels should not be allowed to fly over San Francisco." That's it. That's the tweet. Dean Preston is the gentleman who did that. He's on the council there in San Francisco. I have no idea what he has against the Blue Angels. Last I checked, they were all-American, very patriotic. That's just my Southern input on the matter. As we saw last week, the bridge, Russia, that was blown up most likely by Ukraine. He is taking revenge as he attacked several Ukraine cities with missiles this morning. We're sure there's loss of life. We don't know how many at this point. We wish all of them well. Will it happen or will it not? It may be too late. But if it comes out, they say it's over and he'll never be able to go back home again. Prince Harry, his book, his Telltale All, he's been scrambling to make edits to it. Those in the know say that if it hits bookshelves at its current, he will never return home. I don't think his wife ever intended on it. There's more coming with that, as I think the rest of us have seen, of experience, so to speak, that somewhere down the road there will be a separation, and, well, he'll be without his family and he'll be without her. He'll be an island within himself. That's usually how these things work. She's stockpiling the cash as it comes in, and he will be without a family as she makes it off of that. In my opinion, you may not agree with that. Just my 2 cents worth of thoughts there. We did mention last week as companies, they're tired of getting their employees hurt in these cities that have gone into the term woke, that don't support military, that don't support police. We mentioned that Tyson Foods are going to be moving to Arkansas. What I did not realize that have also pulled out of Chicago, Caterpillar. Did y'all know that? Pulling out, moving. That's pretty big there. Do you realize how much tax dollars that probably is for a city of a company that size? Tyson Food, huge, number one. Caterpillar also moving out. Can't take it anymore. Their employees' lives are worth more than those that don't want that to happen. Mississippi would love to have those. They're headed to different states as we see realigning. We are less than 30 days now as we head toward the midterms. What will happen? We'll talk about this morning also after 8 o'clock. I did see to where most likely the Republicans will retake the Senate by 2. That's what the prediction is at this point. We could all be wrong, but sure leaning that way. Most people vote by their pocketbook. It doesn't matter who you are, who you're registered, what party it is to. When you go in that little booth or stand there and you've got that pencil in your hand, how much money is left in your wallet? Do you think there's time for a change? Most people will circle the one that has taken that away from them. They'll go with the opposite party. We'll see. That's coming up November, that Tuesday, as we all know. We did see at Tampa Bay, and why someone would let their kid out on the ball field. Of course, all I know age-wise is that he's a minor. He was tackled, taken off the field as he ran across the field. Looks like parents wouldn't allow that. But he was taken out, taken down. A lot of people want that excitement, don't they? He started at an early age there. We've got more on the way this morning as we get ready for your forecast to let you know what's coming up. We'll tell you when we might get a little bit of rain. It is dry, and drier. We've got that and so much more this morning as we start your day.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built-in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. As the days get hotter, Sanders Gas reminds you to get your air conditioner tuned up. Sanders Gas can repair or replace your whole unit, whichever you need. Talk to Sanders about a tankless water heater now and never run out of hot water. Find out how easy and affordable it is to cook on gas stoves. And those backyard barbecues are coming. Don't run out of gas. Get yours refilled today. Sanders Gas, since 1946, 611 26th Avenue South, 601-693-4054.
And welcome back as we take a look at radar this morning as we head over to Meridian Honda Radar. Mississippi looks pretty good there. But let's zoom in on this, look at a few of these temperatures. Look up at Tennessee. Boy, is it cold up there. Northern Alabama, portions of it into the 30s this morning. As we go to Key Field, we're showing 47 this morning. As we go to NAS Meridian, 46, West Point, Columbus Air Force Base. As we look at that, 43 at Columbus. Nippy, Starkville has a cool 45 degrees this morning, and we'll sit at about 46 there as we go into Louisville area. The further north you go, we're in the 40s here, most of it. 51 back over here in the Delta area. But as you go up through here, we have some 36 there. Look at that, northern Alabama. And the further north you go into Tennessee here, Cookeville, look at that, 32 degrees, right at freezing. Murfreesboro this morning, right there, Smyrna, about 37 to 35 degrees in that area. So if you're there this morning, it sure is chilly. As we'll look right there, that's sitting at 37 degrees. We do have some fog out there, as usual, as you get into the Carolinas and parts of Knoxville area, if you're up in those hills, and a little bit there in Charleston. We do have showers off the coast of Florida, as we look at right there. What's happening there in Georgia? We got dense fog advisory as well there. Nothing major happening, not any major rain headed toward the Southland, is it? We'll give you your first chance and best guess of when it's going to happen. Let's get deeper into the forecast now.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we go back for our record highs and record lows, 2019, a mere 3 years ago, it was a warm 92 on this date. Some 22 years ago, can y'all believe that? 2000 is 22 years ago. 36 this morning back in 2000. We're way above that this morning. But boy, that was a chilly day. As we glance about today, looks like about 80 degrees in Meridian is what we'll see. Philadelphia, as you get into there to Noxapater into Louisville, about 79 degrees. Even Columbus Air Force Base, their high today about 79 to the south of us. Hattiesburg, 82. Over to Brookhaven, 81. Even Natchez, a little warmer from there up the river to Vicksburg, 83 today. As we go east into Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, you'll see 81. Birmingham, cooler at 78 the further north you go. And as well as we'll look over to Livingston, you're looking at about 80 degrees as well. To the south, we're going to hold steady at 80 degrees through Bama. Even over to Auburn, about 79. Not bad weather, is it? This is some of that perfect weather time for us. As we glance, this is what's going on here. As we showed you there, Tennessee in the 30s here today, even colder the further northeasterly you go there. Mississippi having that little bit of cool spell along with Bama and Georgia. And y'all be ready. Florida, y'all get a little taste of this. Normal weather coming in the next few days. And it looks like maybe a heat wave back out to the west. Don't count the chickens just yet. We'll wait and see. As we look at, here's the forecast for today. 79 to 80 is what is forecasted for today for the Meridian area. As we get to tonight, 46, 47. Back tomorrow with a high of 81, but not as cool tomorrow night, 59. But tonight will be perfect weather, kind of like it is this morning, into the 40s. By Wednesday, we're back to 82, and that will be the high for the week. Now, our best chance of rain right here this week is Wednesday. 40% chance. We're not going to give you any more than that. So if you've got a little bit of seed, you might want to run out Tuesday afternoon and throw that out onto your fields. Again, I wouldn't bet the farm on it, but that's our best chance this week at 40%. Not a lot, is it? As we go all the way through the weekend, we roll in with 70-degree weather over the weekend, 10% chance of rain on Sunday. Now, as we go ahead and glance on into this, the 19th and the 20th would be our best chance of this. We're getting to about a 46% chance on Thursday, the 20th. That's our best guess of what we'll have over the next 2 weeks. So if you miss this Wednesday, you'll look to Wednesday and Thursday of next week with that. But not huge chances. But look at this. The 19th, the 18th and 19th, we're not getting out of the 60s. Boy, isn't that great weather? And then we'll get not above, really 73, 74. As we get toward the end of the month, we'll get back towards 77 there on the 24th. We got some great weather ahead of us temperature-wise. Still need a little bit of rain there. As we go to the tropics this morning, Julia, she's wound down. She's over. As we look at what's happening with the tropics, there's absolutely nothing in the waters for the next 5 days. First chance that we've seen that. Boy, the Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia along in there have been very fortunate. Well, at least Mississippi, Florida so far, and Georgia up through that area. I made a mistake on Georgia. Did have some hurricane action, but this west side here of Alabama west have been blessed so far this year of no problems so far. We keep our fingers crossed. This runs into November. It's not over yet. We will follow that, and y'all keep that in mind as we show you that precast group. As tornado season will roll back in later on. Several ways to take care of that when it comes to shelters. Best times to fish today? Let's check in with Chet's Paint and Body. Here we go. Looks like it'll be this afternoon, 2 o'clock-ish, till about 4 will be the best time. Now, the wind's going to be light northeasterly, 5 to 10 miles an hour in the morning. Not too bad. But this afternoon, after lunch, settle up, get you a good lunch, take you a quick nap, and then go hit the water. 2 to 4 will be your best time to go fishing. That's a little wrap of what we've had go on over the weekend so far. No reports of Naked Man being arrested yet. He's out for a stroll in a chilly morning. Be careful. And again, like I said, there's not going to be as many things open today normally with Columbus Day. And I think fall break is occurring for most also. So there'll be a lot of kids at home, a lot more playing in the yards. Watch those kids. They will dart out in front of a car chasing a ball or whatnot. Just be on your best behavior and remember kids are at play as fall weather rolls in. We'll be back in about an hour and 3 minutes from now with the morning show as we kick off at 8 a.m. Dawn, let it rain. I agree with you so much. Reggie McKee, good morning there. Kathy Dreves, how are you feeling there? Jeanette Massey watching us all the way from Collinsville. Appreciate that. Gene Ulmer, Teresa Spivey, a few of y'all out there. So we'll be back in just a little bit. Y'all don't rush off. Be back 1 hour from now. We'll go live here at television on Fox 30, back on YouTube, also here at Facebook and on Twitter. 4 ways you can get us. Could be a 5th, but I forgot where else I am. We'll see you then. Thank y'all so much, and we'll be back. Cool 47 in Meridian right now.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: